Just as I promised, we're back again today, and today we are going to make pastry cream. So, pastry cream is not tough to make, but it is a crucial element in a lot of pastry creations and baked goods that you guys are, I'm sure, familiar with. Saucepan, it's on low heat, and I'm going to add a cup of milk to that, my scraped and seeded vanilla bean, and we're going to also add a half a teaspoon of kosher salt. While that's coming up to a boil, we're going to work on the rest of the ingredients. So we have 3 egg yolks, 1.5 tablespoons of flour, 1.5 tablespoons of cornstarch, 4 tablespoons of granulated sugar. We are now going to whisk this up. So as you can see, the egg yolks, the sugar, the cornstarch, and the flour have come together quite nicely. You can start to see some steam come off of it. It smells like warm milk, which is not a typical scent, but when you smell it, you'll know. Now we are going to temper our egg yolks. And you do that by pouring this hot milk mixture into the egg. I'm gonna go back into a pan over medium-low heat. But this is the part where you have to stir it, and you have to be pretty consistent and vigilant about stirring it constantly. So I switched to a whisk to make sure that I could get all of that egg mixture mixed into that cream. And as you can see, it is definitely starting to thicken, which tells me it's probably at the boiling point. Strain it through a mesh sieve, and we want to do that so that we know there's no little bits of scrambled egg mixture. If you were going to use this as a filling for a cream puff or something, what I like to do is I like to whip up some whipped cream, unsweetened, and then I like to fold in equal parts whipped cream and this pastry cream. We want to take a piece of plastic wrap and press it into the top of that pastry cream pretty quickly because we don't want a skin to form. I'm going to put this in the fridge, let it chill, and then we'll make our tart. All right, our pastry cream is nice and chilled. Give our pastry cream a quick stir. This is going to go right on here. And now we are just going to spread that out evenly over our prepared tart shell. I have another piece of the tart dough that I rolled out already, but it's super thin. So if I have it on here and there's a bunch of waves or wrinkles in the pastry cream, it'll read through that. So take this, I had this, I rolled it out, I placed it in the fridge, and we're just going to take that and lay it on top. We're going to press that into the sides of the crust. We want to trim off all that extra tart dough. It looks great. I'm going to place this back into the fridge for another 20 minutes or so because we really want to make sure everything is one solid temperature. It's going to help it to bake evenly. Now I pulled it out. I have it on a lined baking sheet. The reason that I lined it with this silicone mat is just to help it bake a little more evenly. This is some egg white that I whipped up with a little bit of water, and just to help thin it out. And we're going to brush this generously all over our tart. If you were making a traditional Torta Della Nonna, which is a cake of grandma or grandma's cake, so my Italian grandmother would be proud that I'm making this, although I don't think we ever really had this growing up. But it's traditionally topped with pine nuts, so I didn't have any pine nuts in the house, but I had some of these sliced almonds, so I'm going to use those. We are going into a 350-degree oven for approximately 35 to 40 minutes. It ended up cooking for about 45 minutes, so a little bit longer than I thought. And we just lift it out, and let's try it. Really delicate, really nice and creamy. The vanilla and almond, it's really mellow, but just simple. I love this. It's really comforting, a delicious dessert, not very sweet, just really nice and fresh, and would go perfect with some summer berries. So do it this summer. Let me know what you think.